Vice President Kamala Harris. So brave, so strong, such poise and tenacity, enduring through to victory when so many thought it was lost. So many thought she would never have the opportunity. But look at her now. Ultimately, the most qualified person on the planet to deal with the border, because President Joe Biden says that's the case. I mean, she wrote a book about the truths we hold. And if you haven't read it, like me, you're probably missing out. But behind that smile, there lurks a sadness. There lurks this abiding depression about what she's having to go through. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the incredible unfair circumstance that Vice President Kamala Harris must endure that gives her solidarity with those poor migrants down at the border. She can understand their suffering. And CNN, once again, fact-checked CNN, has covered this. After 2 months in office, Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, is still living out of suitcases. And she's frustrated with it. Well, let's read the details. Let's hear what Vice President Kamala Harris has to endure. It's really just totally unfair. Maybe we should start a GoFundMe. CNN, it has been more than 2 months since Kamala Harris was sworn in as Vice President of the United States. A historic moment for the country, as Harris is the first woman, and the first woman of color to hold the second highest office in the land. Yet Harris, along with her husband, Georgetown law professor Douglas Emhoff, is still, ostensibly, living out of suitcases, unable to move into the private residence reserved for the vice president because it's still undergoing renovations. It's unclear why the renovations are taking so long, said one administration official, but it's a situation that has left Harris increasingly and understandably bothered, according to several people who spoke to CNN about her situation. Quote, "She is getting frustrated," said another administration official, noting with each passing day the desire to move into her designated house, a stately turreted mansion 2.5 miles from the White House, grows more intense. The second couple has been forced to endure living in temporary housing at Blair House, the president's official guest quarters just across Pennsylvania Avenue from the White House. Now wait until you see the deplorable conditions that Vice President Kamala Harris has to endure. I mean, it's almost exactly the same thing as what we're seeing at the border. I mean, look at this room. I mean, who could possibly get by having a sitting or drawing room that looks like this? In fact, let's look at some of the details. Let's see here. Where are the details? Oh, although Blair House provides comfortable, even luxurious accommodations, Harris and Emhoff's current surroundings lack the creature comforts of a home. Antiques and museum-quality pieces of American history deck each of the 100-plus rooms. Oh my God, guys. Vice President Kamala Harris is down to her last 100 rooms, which include a gym and a private hair salon. No wonder she's frustrated. And although the professional full-time staff of more than a dozen provide amenities as accommodating as a luxury hotel, Blair House does not offer the laid-back vibe Harris and Emhoff are said to prefer when they are home. The couple enjoy a more casual West Coast informality with frequent visits from family and large Sunday suppers, the former California senator has said. This is totally unfair. How in the world is she supposed to operate? I mean, listen to what she has to sleep in every night, guys. It's horrible. The main bedroom suite at Blair House was redecorated by celebrity interior designer Thomas Pheasant, brought on in 2012 to make updates to overall decor, and includes a massive canopied bed draped in luxe fabrics and furnishings that are more reminiscent of Mount Vernon than a California modern mood. Her condo in Washington, D.C., which she moved out of to live at Blair House, was inside a sleek, eco-chic, minimalist building in the city's West End neighborhood. I mean, that describes a migrant camp. Exactly. I mean, I don't know how anybody could possibly see the difference between what Vice President Kamala Harris is having to endure and what's going on in the border. This makes her eminently qualified to deal with the border. I mean, she can understand what it's like to have to suffer through accommodations like this. It must be horrible for her. For 2 months? For 2 months, she's had to deal with, let's see, what else? What else? When the second couple does finally move into one observatory circle where the vice president's residence is, located on the grounds of the Naval Observatory, they'll find a home quite unlike their city condo or Blair House. Wow, so she's still going to continue to suffer, but also very different from the White House. But she's known suffering like this her whole life, being from California. There are far fewer formalities, fewer staff, and more freedom. Quote, the White House is office and home to the president, so there's that feeling of living above the shop at the White House, said Henley. For the vice president and his or her family, the vice president's residence, or VPR, is calm in the midst of a stormy Washington, both politically and logistically. At the end of the day, the vice president can travel a short distance northwest and find a respite in a country-like setting. Deer often roam the property, though in reality it's a stone's throw from D.C.'s downtown, offices, building, and city traffic. Well, that cuts it for me. That cuts it for me. I'm writing a letter. I am writing a letter demanding Vice President Kamala Harris be treated fairly, just like those people at the border who have to endure virtually the same conditions. I mean, I look at the images and I can't tell the difference. Can you? I mean, we should start raising a GoFundMe to help move those renovations along so that she can be given the accommodations that she's entitled to. I mean, hasn't she endured enough already? I mean, really. She may have to be the president soon. Some have even alleged that that might happen very soon, sooner rather than later. I don't know how anyone could tolerate a president only living in a 100-room mansion with a private gym and hair salon. I mean, that's it? A private gym and a hair salon and only 100 rooms and a private staff? That is unacceptable for the most qualified woman to lead in the whole country, apparently, because that's what I'm hearing. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but at this point, don't we all just need to come together and do what's right? I mean, no wonder the president nominated her to fix the border. What she's gone through, she can relate. Her experience has given her the insight necessary to fix what's going on at the border. So, anyway, I just thought I would leave that there and let you guys ruminate on this. And let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. God bless, like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time.